Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel for another story time. So today's story time is going to be about the time that I fought one of my roommates. So this was last year, which was my freshman year of college, and they have like the freshmen stay in like traditional dorms, so it was like 4 of us to a room. So by the door was my roommate, who we're going to call Kev. Then it was my roommate, who we're going to call Zach, aka the Roach. Then in between Zach, aka the Roach, and I was his closet and his desk, and then my closet and then my desk, and then it was me, and then it was my other roommate Dimitri. So there was a lot of stuff that led up to this fight, but it's just so much. Like I would have to make a whole nother video just to tell you about everything that led up to the fight, but I'll make a whole nother video about that because it's just so long. But to make a long story short, Zach was just like so nasty and dirty, and he was like disrespectful too, so it just like it was just too much. Like, first of all, he wouldn't take showers sometimes. Then he like would leave like food and stuff like all on the floor, like wrappers and stuff like all on the floor. And like when he would leave food laying around, sometimes mold would be growing on top of the food. Like, this nigga was disgusting, bro. Like, I mean, I'm gonna show y'all videos just to show y'all that I'm not exaggerating, bro. Then he was disrespectful. Like, he would take stuff without asking like permission. Like, he just was like, he was literally like a roach. Like, we called him a roach because he was just so filthy. And, like, when you filthy, like, you got roaches. Like, he just was living in filth, and he was his own roach. Like, he was like a life-size roach. Like, he just was nasty. He was a rodent. So it got to the point where Kev, the roommate that slept next to him, couldn't even deal anymore. Like, he stopped sleeping in the room because he just could not deal with the dirtiness. Like, he had to leave. So he was sleeping in one of his homeboys' rooms till he left. So one thing we didn't know about Zach, though, was that he would be just as dirty in his friend's room when he went to his friend's room. And they would tell us how he would like get food from them and stuff, and he would like leave wrappers all on the floor and everywhere else and shit. And they would tell him like, hey, Zach, bro, like, throw that shit away. And they say he would not do it. So one day they just got sick and tired of that shit, right? So they just came to our room, right? Mind you, me and Dimitri are laying down, but we just heard like a bunch of rambling. So when we like got out the bed or whatever, right, they took his sheets off his bed, like all his clothes that he had like laying around, they threw them all on the floor. They took his bed frame apart. Like, bitch, they went in. And then they was like sliding his mattress down the hall, right?
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Where y'all going with his mattress? Where you going with the mattress?
And out of nowhere, he just came from around the corner, and he was like, bro, I'm not fucking playing. Put my shit back. Like, he was like going off. Like, steam was coming out of that roach's antennas. Like, he was so upset. He was very hostile. He was mad. He was not feeling it that day. He was not feeling the pranks. He was so mad. And the thing was, we thought they was doing it as a prank, but they didn't tell us till after the fact that they was actually serious about doing that. Like, they were like upset. So they came back to the room or whatever, and he made them put all his stuff back together. He was like, now put my shit back, just how you found it. So they was putting his stuff back together, right? Well, it was never together. They just put it back how they found it. Yeah, so they put it back how they found it or whatever. And he was like, and y'all just let them come in here and do that shit? And we was like, well, yeah, like, what we supposed to do? Like, we're not the bodyguards to your belongings. And then on top of that, like, we were kind of like, well, at that point, we were like done with him. Like, we were so tired of him. So it was like, at this point, we're not even your friends. We're barely your roommates. Like, you're lucky that we even recorded them even touching your stuff. Like, be glad for that. Like, okay? So he was like, man, bro, I swear to God. And he punched the wall. And I was like, ooh. What the wall ever did to you? Like, the wall wasn't the one that touched your stuff. Your friends did. Why you punching the wall? Like, don't do the wall like that. Like, stop. And my thing was, like, they're putting your stuff back together, so why are you acting out of character? Like, they're putting it back how they found it. Just calm down. Like, calm down. Woosah. So they put his stuff back together, whatever, right? So he was like, now get the fuck out. So they got out or whatever, and then he left too. So over time, whatever, right, we stayed in the room. And when we stayed in the room, our friend, who we're going to call Tommy, came to our room. And then the boy that Dimitri was talking to at the time came to the room too. So like I said, hours had went by after this incident had happened. So I'm laying down in my bed, playing a game on my phone. Tommy's on his phone doing whatever, and you know, Dimitri and the boy that he was talking to, we gonna call the boy Markel, they was all in each other's face, kikiing and laughing, and you know, doing what they do. So then the roach walks back in the room, right? And he's on the phone with his little girlfriend that he cheated on, well, used to cheat on any motherfucking way, trying to show out. So he was telling her the story about like when they came and touched his stuff or whatever, right? And he was like, yeah, my roommates just let them come in here and do that. And then, like, I guess he thought, like, Dimitri and Markel were laughing at him, like, telling her the story, but they really was laughing at something else. They really wasn't laughing at him. But he was like, and they keep laughing like the shit funny. I should slap the shit out of their dickhead ass. So I'm laughing because, you know, he just said he was going to, like, slap us. Because who you going to slap? Like, you're not going to slap me. So, yeah. So Dimitri was like, boy, nobody is not laughing about you. Nobody is not thinking about it. That happened hours ago. Like, first off, we could have been laughing at anything. Why would you just assume that we're laughing at you? Like, nobody cares about what happened. Those are your friends. That's your stuff. They did it, not us. So stay over there. Like, why are you, like, just stay over there. Just stay over there. So he was like, bro, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And Dimitri was like, well, whatever. So then the roach just comes out of the blue and was like, and Josh, I don't know why you laughing, because ain't shit funny. And I was like, it's funny to me, like, what the hell you mean? And he was like, well, ain't nobody laughing with you, so shut the fuck up. And I was like, well, nobody has to laugh at me because I'm laughing with myself. They might not think it's funny, but I think it's funny, so I'm laughing. Like, you mad because I'm laughing? And he was like, bro, shut the fuck up, bro, just shut the fuck up. And I'm like, no, I was raised that you speak when spoken to, and you're speaking to me, so I'm just not going to ignore you. Like, you're talking to me, so I'm going to talk back. I'm not just going to be, you know, rude and not talk to you back. Like, I'm not rude like that. So he was like, bro, shut the fuck up, because if I come over there, you ain't going to like it. And I was like, okay, so come over here. Like, what are you saying? Like, what are you going to do? Who are you? So, oh boy, like, unzipped his jacket. You could hear him unzipping his jacket. He came out the jacket, put his little phone down, and all you heard was walking over to my bed, all them fucking footsteps, his heavy foot ass. So as he was walking over there, my friend Tommy was like, Josh, just ignore him. And I was like, no, I've been ignoring him for too long in this room. Every time he do something or say something, I always try to ignore it. But nah, I ain't with that shit. I ain't with that ignoring shit today. You shouldn't say nothing to me if you didn't want me to say nothing to you. So he finally gets over to where I am, right? Mind y'all, I'm laying down like this, playing a game on my phone, my little foot up, chilling. And the roach was like, standing over me, say something else. And y'all know me being the asshole that I am, I was like, something else. And then this nigga, boop boop, hit me twice with a 2-piece. Bro, I don't know how the fuck I jumped out of the bed. Like, I was like literally laying flat, like on my back. I don't know how the hell I jumped out of that bed, like with one jump, but like I just jumped out the bed and onto him. Like all I like snapped. Like all I could see was my hands in his face. Like I just was swinging nonstop. Like I was just, bitch, I was going in, bitch. I was going in. And like in the midst of like me swinging, like I just felt like people grabbing my wrist. And I'm like, what the fuck going on? So that's when I like kind of snapped out of it. And then I was like, oh hell no. So bitch, I grabbed his hand and I grabbed his face and I like pushed it down. And I was like, bro, chill the fuck out. Cause like at that point, I realized like I just beat him up. And honestly, I thought he would have beat me up. I was like in shock because I thought he would have beat me up. Cause like I'm like this big and he like all muscle and working out and shit. So I thought he would have beat my ass. And you know, I was prepared for the ass whooping because if we would have just, regardless if I would have won or lost the fight, us fighting like would have caused somebody to have to be like removed out of the room, and I didn't want him in the room anymore, so I was prepared for the ass whooping. I was just gonna take one for the team. But you know, I came out on top. I actually did something. So like I had his hand, I had his face down, right? So I'm like, bro, chill out, cause I ain't even trying to fight you. Chill your ass out. So he was like, bro, let go of me. Get off of me. Get off of me, bro. So they like separated us or whatever, right? So Markel like has me back into a corner and he's like standing in front of me. And he's like, bro, come from behind that nigga, bro. You scary. You stuck. You hiding behind that nigga. And I'm like, boy, scary. Like, I just beat you up. Like, I just beat you up and now I'm standing behind somebody because I'm scared. Like, I'm the one that beat you up. Like, you didn't beat me up. I don't know what you thought this was, but like, you're nothing to be scared of. Now that I know that I can beat you up, now I'm definitely not scared of you at this point. Like, I'm really not. So Markel like got off of me a little bit after a while or whatever, right? So Dimitri said something to me and I said something back, right? And I wasn't looking, like I was looking this way. So out of nowhere, the roach comes up and he swings on me. Like he didn't hit me, but he like grazed my forehead like by just like that much. And I was like, oh hell fuck no. So I jumped on Markel back and I like jumped on like the bed frame of Dimitri's bed and I just boom, clocked the shit out of that nigga and his mouth started bleeding, y'all. So Dimitri was like, oh my god, Josh, you bust his lip. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. So then like really right, like literally right after that, one of the RAs came in and he was like, what the hell going on in here? And I was like, he just hit me, he put his hands on me. Get him out of my room right now. I don't want him in here. Get him out of here right now. Right now. So he was like, well, what happened? He was like, hold on, like, so he started calling people, like he called the other RAs and then he called security or whatever, right? So then like he was like mad because Tommy had walked out of the room, but he came back with one of my other friends. So when they was in the room, like they all was like saying something, but I wasn't saying nothing because like everybody was there and I didn't want to like get in trouble because I felt like we both was gonna get in trouble. So I was like, I don't really want to say nothing, and then they make it seem like I was instigating like when I wasn't. So I was like, let me just not say nothing. So I just kept laughing, but he was like literally getting so mad because I kept laughing. Like he literally was mad because I was laughing. He was like, bruh, I swear to God, bro, I can't stay in here, bro. The nigga keep laughing, bro. I swear to God. And I'm like, you mad because I'm laughing? Or you mad because you got beat up? Like, stop. You mad, boys? Go sit down somewhere. So anyway, after that or whatever, they took us both to campus safety to go write a statement, but they took him first because like one of the golf carts wasn't working or whatever. So they took him first and then they took me after. So when I got in there, when I was about to write my statement, he was walking out. So when he walked past, he was like, faggot. And I'm like, wasn't I the same faggot who clothes like you used to always ask to borrow, and shoes used to ask to borrow, and food used to ask to eat, and drinks used to ask to drink? Like, now I'm a faggot. I wasn't a faggot when you needed all those things, but now I'm a faggot because I beat you up. Well, you got beat up by a faggot now, so now we even. So one of the security guards was like, oh, don't worry about him. Like, he probably gonna get hit out anyway because he doing too much. So we went back to the room or whatever. And like they just told us not to speak to, like they was actually gonna move him to a different room, but then at this time, I guess now he decided he could sleep in the room with us. So, you know, I just walked in, but he still like make like little noises when I walk by, like like, and I just would laugh because I'm like, boy, like, going on about your business. Nobody's not worried about you, Mr. Roach. The day after, we fought like on a Thursday, but that Friday, he was like, oh, Dimitri, who said that I got beat up? And Dimitri was like, I don't know. And he was like, oh, well, when Josh come back in here, because I wasn't in the room at the time, I was getting food somewhere. He was like, I'm gonna whoop Josh ass again, and I'm gonna fight all y'all. And Dimitri was like, okay. Mind y'all, Dimitri's mom was on the phone. So Dimitri's mom was like, what the fuck? And she just was going off or whatever, right? So she ended up calling the school or whatever. So when she called the school, like, we all had to like talk to somebody. Like, I forgot who we had to talk to, but we had to talk to somebody, whatever. And then, you know, everything was like all good, I guess, or whatever. And mind y'all, when he wanted to fight us again, well, when he wanted to fight me again, we had saw him that day, and he had wanted to fight my friend who I was with, Tommy. He wanted to fight Tommy, so-called, too. And Tommy had asked him, like, what's up? But he said he just, like, was gonna let it go or whatever. So, like, again, we just let it go again. So then, the next day, no, actually not the next day because we left for the weekend. The next week, he was like, he came in the room like on Monday and was like, Dimitri, when I asked you who said I got my ass whooped, why you said you ain't know? And he was like, because I don't know. And he was like, oh, well, such and such said you said it. And he was like, well, I didn't. So his one of his friends, which mind you, one of the friends that he should have fought for touching his stuff instead of trying to fight me, he was like, oh, Dimitri, you did tell me that, and and he was like, what you call him standing right there? And Zach was like, oh, I'm gonna call the other boy or whoever was right there. And he was like, if he say you said it, we gonna have a problem. And he was like, cause y'all see me going this man shit. So I started laughing because I'm like, who shit did you go in? Like, what are you saying? And he was like, oh, you laughing? I was like, yeah, I'm laughing again because it's funny to me again. And I'm laughing about myself again. And what? what happened? And he was like, shut the fuck up before I spit your shit again, faggot. And I was like, boy, whatever. Like, what are you, whatever. Because, like, I honestly couldn't argue with you like that point. Because, like, first off, if you slip my shit the first time, you wouldn't feel the need to do it again. Like, what are you saying? Boy, get out of here. Like, stop trying to try for your homeboys before you get another ass whooping. So I just was like, well, whatever. So they left the room or whatever, right? So then we ended up having to talk to somebody again. So this time we had to talk to the dean. So when we had a meeting with the dean or whatever, like the dean was just like, he talked to like all us, and he was just like if y'all want to keep fighting, I'm gonna just send y'all back to the crib, because we ain't gonna have that here. Like, y'all want to fight, we ain't gonna have that. So he was like, and from my understanding, Mr. Zach, he was like, you're the one who keep like hyping it up. You say it's over, but then 2 days later, you at it with it again. Why are you so mad? And he was like, because people keep saying I lost. And he was like, okay, well, if you didn't lose, why is it so heavy on your heart? Like, why are you so mad? And he was like, because it's a rumor. And I'm just laughing because, like, boy, like, you're really mad. You're not mad because it's a rumor. You're mad because I really beat you up. Like, I really like beat you up. Like, he was so delusional. Like, I beat you up. Like, get over it. You shouldn't have hit me in the first place. You should have fought your friends instead of trying to fight me, and you wouldn't be in the predicament that you are now. You would have never got your ass whooped. So he like went around and he was like, well, Dimitri, how do you feel? And Dimitri just said how he feel. And he was like, Josh, how do you feel? And at this point, 2 weeks went by. So by the time we had a meeting with the dean, I was over the situation from the get-go. But like by this time, I was like dead ass tired of talking about it. So I'm just like, I don't care. He the one with the issue. I don't care. Like, there's nothing that I have to say. Like, he's mad. I'm not. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know what to say here. So he was like, well, we just not gonna have y'all in the same room no more. So he was like, can y'all like stay in the same room for the rest of the year? And I was like, honestly, I can, but like, he obviously can't. So I mean, I don't know. So he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna move out of the room. So then when he moved out of the room, right, the day he was moving out of the room, he someone said something to him in the hallway. He was like, hey, why you change your room, Zach? And he was like, oh, because I bumped with one of these niggas in here and now they scared. And me and Dimitri bust out laughing, because who is scared of you? You're nothing to be scared of. Who are you to be scared of? Like, what are you saying? Like, he was just, I don't know who he thought he was. I don't know who he thought he was, but he just thought he was like so tough, and it was just so funny because he really was nobody. So after that, like, I would see him around school then, and, you know, he would like, you know, give me like dirty little looks, but y'all know me, I'm unbothered. So I just was like, I would just look at him and just smile, like, because like it was nothing to it. Like, you're still mad. Like, take your L and go on, okay, sir? And he ended up getting kicked out for whatever reason. I think he got kicked out. I don't know if he actually got kicked out, but I know by the end of the semester he wasn't there no more. So I don't know where homeboy had went, but he sure wasn't at Florida Memorial University no more. And like the next semester, like spring semester that just passed, he called me one day and he was like, and I seen it was like a Orlando, because he was from Orlando, so I seen it was like an Orlando number. So I answered, and I'm like, the only person I know with the Orlando number is Zach. So I answered, right, because I had deleted his number. So I was like, hello? So he was like, where you at, nigga? And I was like, who is this? And then he didn't say nothing. And I was like, hello, who is this? And then he just hung up the phone. And I was like, oh, maybe he got by mistake. So, and I honestly thought, like, when I realized it was him, because you know, in iPhones, you can go back to your recent. So I typed, like, his name in, like, recents. And I saw it was his number. And I was like, what the fuck, that nigga want with me? But I was like, I ain't gonna call him back, bitch. Fuck it. If he see me and he want to fight, because I thought he was like at school or something, he wanted to fight again. And so I'm like, well, if he see me, bitch, do what you gotta do. But I guess he wasn't there or whatever. And he never called me after that. But he still be watching my Snapchats, but I took him off, so he can see my stuff, but I can't see his. And he probably gonna want to fight me again after watching this, because he got beat up. And I'm gonna keep saying that. I'm gonna keep promoting that. You got beat up, Zach, aka Roach. You got beat up. Now leave me alone. But yeah, if you like this little video of me being violent, give it a thumbs up, I guess. And let me know what you think in the comments, and make sure you subscribe.